Hey guys, Prangell Gaming here and welcome back to another post-match thoughts. This one is for when Millwall drew 1-1 with Bolton in a highly competitive match. Where obviously Millwall took the lead and then Bolton went and equalised for a fantastic free kick. Now in terms of how both sides lined up, Millwall in their normal 4-4-2 formation, which saw James Meredith again displace the captain Tony Craig, along with Sean Williams and also Lee Gregory coming into the team, which was really a big surprise for me because he was injured with a hamstring injury and he managed to fight it off to feature in this match. Now, as for Bolton, they lined up with 5 at the back. I didn't know they actually played with 5 at the back usually, but they seemed to do so in a formation that had 5-3-2, which saw former Millwall man Mark Beevers feature along with Loney Josh Cullen and their captain Darren Pratley, who overcame sickness to feature against us. Now, stats-wise, Millwall were the much better side attacking, obviously with Bolton setting up in a defensive formation. We had 14 shots to their 5, and then our shots on target, we had 8 out of 14. Bolton had 2, and actually managed to score 1 of their 2 shots on target. As infuriating as it is, these things happen, we just have to get over it. Now, in terms of the action in the game, the first half, it wasn't really a good half at all. It was really poor. The only 2 opportunities to note was Jig Wallace smashing a ball from just outside the box and it going straight into Howard, who eventually managed to get the ball and save it. And then also involving Wallace was the fact that he actually managed to not connect with a Ferguson cross, which if he had touched it, probably would have gone in the back of the net. And obviously the second half was where all the action happened. It's obviously where both sides scored a goal each. And well, Millwall managed to open up the scoring with George Saville as Saville found Morrison, who flicked it over the top. Gregory then heel flicked it backwards towards him, and then Saville squeezed through the defence and just about put a tidy finish into the back of the net, scoring his first goal of the season and scoring Millwall's first of the league campaign. Following that, Millwall did have 2 good opportunities. Saville managed to squander a header from a corner, and then Saville's shot, which had a sort of deflection from Morrison to send it goalwards, had Beevers blocking it off the line. So frustrating. It's always Beevers that does this against us. Then Bolton managed to find themselves a way back into the game, really, as Hutchinson sort of fell over, gave away a free kick and also got booked in the process. And a former Millwall player, Felipe Moraes, stepped up to take it. And as soon as he took it, I said that's bound to go in the back of the net. And well, unfortunately it did. Archer probably could have done a lot better with that, and I've criticised him in my podcast as well, which will be going up later on in the week. And yeah, it's frustrating because Archer really didn't have much to do, so he probably should have done a lot better there. I know free kicks are his weakness, but enough said about that, the better. We also did have 2 more opportunities before the end of the game, that being Millwall. Gregory had one on the turn that just got saved by Howard, and then Beevers managed to block yet another shot as Morrison's volley was then blocked by one of their key players in that match. So speaking of key players, and there is a decision here. For Millwall, I'm going to have to go with the one that scored the goal, George Saville. He is outstanding. He really is. When we signed him, I was like, I don't really know whether to be too happy or not over him. But he seems to be an interesting individual. He was class in the midfield. He bossed their actual 3-man midfield with Williams. We looked the far more dominant side moving forward. And this intricate, nice build-up play is all down to Saville. Without him in the team, I think we really would struggle to play that way. I don't know whether Thompson would be able to adapt. Obviously, Thompson's a great player, but Saville seems to just offer a little bit more at the moment. Now for Bolton, it's going to have to be Mark Beevers. I absolutely hate every time that we come up against Bolton, Mark Beevers gets the key player, because I didn't really think he was the greatest of defenders for us, but he is a phenomenal defender. He was obviously really good last season for them, and he made the difference. He was clearing the ball. He was the most experienced defender in their team, and obviously it's one of those things. He blocked the ball off the line, and he also blocked a couple of opportunities. Yeah, Beevers was just an outstanding defender, and it's one of these things that you get really frustrated with because we probably would have scored more goals if it weren't for him. Now, in terms of what the managers said, Neil Harris said, we were much better side. We didn't get what we deserved. We created many more opportunities and were far more dominant, especially when we went out on the front foot and got the goal. I thought we controlled the majority of the match and were far better around the 6-yard box. Phil Parkinson then said, we tried to get players in like Felipe, who came in January, as we feel he can play at this level and he's unproven by other clubs, but we feel the full belief, and he did very well considering he missed pre-season, but he's proving why he can be at this level. Now, in terms of the next 2 games, Millwall will face off against Ipswich on Tuesday night. I really am hoping for an interesting one there. I hope we can truly go out and get the right result as we go on a search for our first 3 points of the season. And then Millwall do also have another game. They're travelling up to Bristol to face Bristol City in a game that sees 9th versus wherever we are on the table at the moment. I think we're about 16th. And obviously, City, they are sitting where they are because they beat Barnsley on the opening day 3-1, and well, their last game did end in a 2-1 loss to Birmingham. Now, in terms of Bolton, they will be facing Birmingham on Tuesday on the road as they hope to gain and build on the momentum of getting that point against Millwall and try and move forward with their campaign to try and stay in the league. They also then on Saturday face Derby County, and Derby County also only have a point, so that's going to be a pretty interesting game if you ask me. Now, do you agree with everything in my post-match thoughts? If not, if you have a different opinion, do feel free to let me know in the comment section, and obviously I'll speak to you guys down there. But like, comment, subscribe, and of course I will be seeing you guys in my preview for the Ipswich game. But until then, goodbye.